Hello, my dear. Rhonda Constant, your favorite hometown medium, physical energy healer, oracle card advisor, paranormal investigator, voice for your loved ones. I think we've done this before, so I don't need to explain anything. Just remember, this is not an exact science. We communicate the best way we can. So sometimes you gotta stretch it outside that box a little bit, and just remember. Sorry, they'll tell you what you need to know, not always what you want to know. And keep it in mind if it doesn't make any sense now. You'll either see it later, remember it later, or somebody else will understand it later and go, oh, I know what he was talking about. So we're going to talk to your dad. He's coming in. He's very solemn. Very, 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 very solemn. He said, I'm sorry, my little love bug. I'm so very sorry. How could I do this to you? It is not your fault. He says, not even one hair of it, hair like H-A-I-R, not one hair of it is your fault. Not a gnat's ass. Nothing you could have done. Please forgive me. I need your forgiveness. I was broken. Oh, wait a minute, we're having a little argument here. Like my friend tells me, nobody's broken. No, nobody's actually broken. Yeah, he says he was. Yeah, well, nobody's actually broken. We're perfect the way we are. No matter how bad it is, we're perfect the way we are. Okay, he's showing himself like a huge hole, like a big ass hole. And he was in it and he was climbing, trying to climb out, and he couldn't. He says, we've already been through this though. But once again, I just want to tell you I was sorry. You mean the world to me. You still do. I just couldn't see that. I could not feel that anymore. Not your fault. So that's all on me. So he's okay. People don't realize how intense this can be on me. He's holding an infant. He's holding an infant, and then he's holding it out like he's giving it to somebody. Know that it was kissed by the angels. And kissed by me. Know that it is blessed. says something about keep it away from certain people, certain types of people. Don't know what he means by that. Keep it clean. And he doesn't mean body-wise. He doesn't mean clean as in keep its spirit clean. Keep its, he's not talking about washing the baby. Keep it clean. There's bad energy out there, and he's showing you like, I don't know, did you have a baby? Is this your baby? I don't know. But he's showing you going like this with the baby, and there's like bad people with negative energy, bad energy, maybe they do bad things over here, and you're going, he wants you to do this. He's not showing me who they are. So okay, so he's showing me like a bedroom with a crib in it. And even if it doesn't actually have a crib in it, the baby's laying on its back in the crib, and it's kicking and, you know, making noises and cooing and smiling and giggling because he's in there playing with it. It totally, the baby knows him. Totally knows him. Recognizes him from before. So as he walks around the room, the baby's eyes follow him. So the baby's totally interacting with him. And almost all young children and animals, dogs and cats especially, but anyway, those are the ones I've seen mostly. Horses, I don't know about every single animal, but anyway, almost all small children have an imaginary friend. They're not imaginary friends. They're somebody like this. And okay, now he's standing in the room, and he's got like this long ass spear, and not something like we would have, more like you would see somebody in Africa having, you know, like a big ass spear. And he's standing there like he's a centurion or something, you know, like he's a guard. He's guarding. He's guarding. He says, I'm going to make sure they stay away. I don't know who they are. Have no clue. And unless he would, and I'm sure he's not going to tell me who they are in particular. He says he's going to keep this one pure. So, okay. So whoever this infant is, just watch it. Like I said, all little kids see him, almost all, see him and hear him, interact with them until they get to be around 9 or 10, and then they start realizing society's going to poo-poo them, and maybe they shouldn't have an imaginary friend, and they start shutting it down. So don't just watch. Sometimes when it gets older, it might be offering somebody a cookie, like imaginary. It's not going to be. So whenever the baby starts giggling and its eyes seem to be following something that's not there, just say, Dad, I know that's you. I love you. And you're welcome. You're welcome. I feel like this is your baby or somebody very, very close to you. Let him know. Let him know it's okay. Invite him if that's what you want. He will be a very strong protector. See, once we get there, we strip all this crap off of us, like peeling an onion, strip all those layers of all the heavy crap we get here on earth. So we're not confused, we're not angry, we're not evil anymore. I mean, it doesn't matter how bad you were here. And I'm not just talking about him. I'm not calling him any of those things. But he wants me to explain, then our vibration goes up. We're lighter, we're brighter. There's no more hate. There's nothing but love. So his energy feels pretty good, much better, other than he's very sad for what he did to you. All right, he's showing me a birthday cake, so somebody either just had a birthday or they're getting ready to have a birthday, and he's acknowledging that. Know that he was there or will be there. He says sometimes you smell him. So whatever his essence was, his smell, his cologne, whatever it was, could be a hair product. I can't really tell for sure. I think he's talking about cologne. You'll get a whiff of that. You could be in the store, you can be outside, you can be in your house. It doesn't matter where you are. You get that little whiff of his cologne. No, that's him just kind of popping in saying, I love you. So he's saying hi. So validate him, acknowledge him, tell him you love him, and give him permission to do that more if you want to. If you want him to. It's up to you. He's mentioning the IRS. So I don't know if he's showing himself like writing, like almost like he maybe filling out a tax form. I don't know if somebody had trouble filling out a tax form after he left, or you've had a little trouble with the IRS, like getting things, maybe getting your stimulus check. I don't know. He's just showing himself writing on a piece of paper, and he says something about the IRS. He's not explaining. I can't make him. He says, know that it will be all right. So whatever it is, it's gonna work out. It'll be okay. He wants to see you smile again. Okay, I think he's shown this before, but he's fishing. So he's casting out, and there's other people around him, which, okay, he's saying that's a memory, so evidently he liked to fish, but he's saying he's still doing it now, and he still has others around him. Sometimes he's with those same people that he went fishing with here, and he seems, I can't remember because I do so many readings. I think he had one particular person before, maybe, I'm not sure. So he goes with him, whoever that guy is, and sits by him, even though the guy probably doesn't know it. Although he's showing the guy turning and looking at him, so the guy senses him there, or sees him out of the corner of his eye, or something. Or, oh, he says he talks to him while he's fishing, like, where you at? Where you at? Why aren't you here with me fishing? He probably won't acknowledge that. But he also fishes with some people that had passed. Let's see if he's going to show me. An older man. an older man, which would be a grandfather type figure. And I always say grandfather type because your next door neighbor can feel more like your grandfather than your real grandfather clear across the country. So it's that feeling, that grandfatherly feeling, even if he's not blood. He's showing this man was older when he left, and he used a cane, or always carried a cane with him. And he's also mentioning an uncle. Don't know your uncle, his uncle. He's not saying, he just said uncle. Get closer. Okay, I'm not sure what he's showing me. I was asking. He came around, he walked around behind me, walked around my table, stopped over there, he came over here, and then he knelt down, and it's like there's a campfire or something, and only all I see is the ashes and stuff. You know, it's not burning now, and he's digging in it. He's like spreading the ashes. I don't know if he burnt something in there, or if he's looking for something that was in there. He's not showing me where this campfire was. It's got rocks around it. It doesn't have to be exact. Sometimes it is showing a picture. So I know that he's talking about a campfire. He's showing me pieces of paper. Did he write some stuff and then burn it before he left? Maybe it wasn't what he wanted to leave. And he should have burnt what he left. He says he should have burnt what he left. Had no business taking my anger out on anybody else. It was all mine. Shame on me. Forgive me. Can't take it back. What's right is right. What's wrong is wrong. It was dumb. It was not true. Not totally. Now he's showing me, and a lot of people showing me like all the little, looks like yarn inside their head, and it's all scrambled up. It's his show. I'll let him do whatever he feels like he needs to up to a point. Now he's singing You Are So Beautiful, and it's a song by Joe Cocker, which is back in my day. And I don't know how old your dad was. He's singing that to you. So go, if you have an Alexa, I can't say her name or she starts running her mouth. If you have one of those, ask her to play it for you, or go to YouTube, play that song. He's singing that to you. And now he's holding you when you were an infant. And he's kind of swaying and singing that song to you. He regrets the things that he did not do for you. I had big sorry, my thing's going off. Alright, he's showing you going down a windy path. All right, let's see where we're going with this. There's a reason for anything they say or show. It's like a big hill. It's trees. Don't know if this is a real road or if he's showing me a path. And you're coming down the hill and the road's going like this. It almost looks like a gravel. It doesn't look like a highway. Oh, good grief. Usually they show me going the other way. Then you come down the hill and then you go up over, and that's paved, up over a hill and then down, and then you shoot straight up. So, wow. Okay, wow. So I don't know if you spiral down and it'd be a rougher road. I don't think he's talking about real physical roads. Spiraling down this rough gravel bumpy road, and you get to the bottom, and then you get on this smooth asphalt and you shoot up over this hill like almost really fast, and then you kind of go down again, and then it's like concrete, so it's smooth, and it's almost like you go straight up a highway, straight up concrete road. So this is probably what's coming. You're gonna go straight up. So you've had all this, and you've had all your hills and valleys, and it looks like you come down this, and you kind of go just down a little bit, and when you shoot up this real fast on the pavement, when you go back down, it's gravel again. It's rough. But this other one's going to be great. It's going to be great. He's trying to show in his way a picture of it's going to be just fine. You're going to go up. It's going to be smooth sailing. There's a sun at the top of this concrete, this asphalt, this road. Dang it. Whatever that is. He says sunshine and roses. Did you take roses or some kind of a flower out to a lake or some water that where he liked to go and throw them on the water for him? He keeps showing outside. He keeps showing a camper. He keeps showing this water, this lake, like a bonfire. This is where he shows me the guys fishing. Now he's showing like cooking out by the bonfire, bacon and eggs and stuff for breakfast. That was the good life. I should have stayed away from some of the other stuff. And I think he's talking about a substance. Not good for you. I think he's talking about anybody, not just you in particular, but it's not good for you or you or you. It's scary. Okay, so now he's bending down over your hair, and I'm going to say it must be freshly washed or something, because he bends down and he sniffs your hair, like takes in a big, deep breath, smell of your hair. So evidently what you're putting on your hair he likes. So you'll either feel his presence, show me again, standing behind you, bending down, just taking in the fragrance of your hair. So he must like that shampoo. So you might be able, because he's taking in such a deep breath, you might be able to actually kind of hear the inhale through the nostrils, of course. Okay, you might sense him behind you doing that. You might feel it actually kind of barely touch your hair because he's really close. Oh gosh. Gosh, he says, I'm not Joe Biden. I don't know if you even know who Joe Biden is, but he's always going around sniffing people. He said it's not like that. That would be kind of creepy. It's not in that way. I love you more than you can possibly know. Talk to me. I hear you. And I can promise you 1,000%. He can hear you. He can see you. Absolutely. He says everything's going to be all right. Just remember to be the best that you can be. Don't let anybody stomp on you and make you feel low when he's showing like somebody actually stepping on you, stepping on you. Be the best that you can be and don't worry about what anybody else says. It only matters what you think of yourself. Let me help you with that. And you can actually ask him to help you with things like that. Ask him. You have to ask, because we have free will choice, and you can ask him anything you want to. And then you have to be ready to allow whatever they put in your path, or whatever door opens, or that phone call you get, or person that walks into your life, or something. But you can always say no. I mean, they can bring you all kinds of good stuff, and you can say no because we have free will choice, and there's not a darn thing they can do about it. And my guides are always up there going, Rhonda, that's not what we told you to do. Why are you doing that? Because I have free will choice. So ask him to help you with those things. He will. He says, if it's one thing I know now that I didn't really know then, it's about self-esteem. Not ego. There's a difference. Self-esteem. He says ego is usually an ugly word. Not always. Ask him to help you with that. And then just be ready for whoever comes and pats you on the back. And then I think you'll smell him too. But you have to allow it. You have to ask, you have to allow. Okay, he's leaving. He's saying happy birthday to somebody. So somebody either just had a birthday or getting ready to have a birthday. He's saying happy birthday. Make all your wishes count. You know, like you're blowing out the candles. So whoever's birthday it is, make all those wishes count. Dreams can come true. Okay, with that, he's leaving. So thank you, my dear, for allowing me to be his voice. As he's leaving, he's saying, I love you, I love you, I love you. And he's holding and smelling what looks like a red carnation. So I don't know if you've recently given him a red carnation. And watch for red carnations. They can be on TV, they can be on Facebook, they can be walking through Walmart and there's a fake red carnation laying on the floor. It can be pictures, it can be billboard, it doesn't matter where it's at. It'll be another sign from him. You'll start seeing him everywhere. So make sure you validate him, acknowledge him, tell him you love him, and ask him to bring you more. And you'll start seeing it everywhere. You know, he's talking about walking through the store and you kind of feel your head pull. I tell people this all the time. Every time I feel like I need to look this way, I go, okay, what is over here that I really feel like I needed to turn my head? What's the reason? And there could be a red carnation just laying on a shelf or something. Or something that reminds you of him, and that'll be him giving you a little nudge and popping in to say, hey, I love you. Okay, he's leaving. Much love to you, my dear. Thank you for allowing me to be his voice. Rhonda Constant, your favorite hometown medium, physical energy healer, oracle card advisor, paranormal investigator, voice for your loved ones. Thank you for being patient. I had a little procedure I had to have done, so I'm hanging a little behind. Thank you.